Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few thrift flips of things that I have found and collected over the last few weeks at the thrift store. And I'm going to be just giving them a makeover, repurposing them, upcycling them so that I can fit them into my home decor in the style that I like. So these are all items that had great bones, lots of potential, and they just needed a little bit of extra love. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe so you can stick around and see what else is to come. And also go head over to Instagram where I'm on there daily at Old Maple Home. Okay, so I have this piece, but I want to make it a little bit more rusty looking. So I think I'm going to sand it down some and then use my solution here that I made yesterday, which is white vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, and salt. And that's supposed to create rusting. But I want to take off some of the paint so that I can kind of get down to that. We'll see how easy that's going to be. So far it's not coming off. So plan B, we're just going to use some good old antiquing wax, and that's going to give us the same effect, but just we're going to fake it. So we're going to use this Waverly antiquing wax. I'm gonna dip my chip brush into it and kind of wipe some away. And we're just gonna kind of pounce it around. Okay, there we are. I've got some of my faux rust on here. And I might just let it dry for a little bit and then come back and wipe some of it away so it doesn't look so speckled like I used a paintbrush. All right, and here's how this wire basket turned out. It didn't need a huge makeover, but I just added the like rusty bits just using some antiquing wax. So I think it looks cute. It's more my style now. Let me figure out where I'm gonna put this. Okay, so this thing came in an urn that I recently got, but I don't like the look of it, so I thought that I would recover it with some moss, just, you know, regular moss from Hobby Lobby here. So I'm just gonna use some spray adhesive. project. I've done this inside before and it made a huge mess. Alright, I think that looks better. More my style. Alright, we got lots of projects awaiting for their makeover sitting outside. We finally have a beautiful day today, so I'm gonna get these metal pieces painted. I'm just gonna do them white, but I was thinking of maybe trying to make them look rusty as well. So we'll see if I can accomplish something like that with what I have. Yeah, I've got some cute pieces here, some bird cages. I'm hoping to do like a porch makeover, so maybe a lot of this stuff will go on my porch this summer with lots of plants and all that good stuff. So if you guys want to watch me get this stuff painted, here we go. All right, I'm gonna spray my solution here of hydrogen peroxide, vinegar, and salt. And let's see. The only thing is I'm not really sure how long it's supposed to take. Uh-oh. It's not spraying. Oh, there we go. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an instant thing or what. All right, and here is how this piece is rusting up. So there you go. As you can see, it is working. I'm not sure if I leave it out here in the sun a little bit longer, if that will help it to continue to rust. We're definitely getting some good patina on there. I will have to seal this with some clear polyacrylic. So here I have like a resin wall shelf that I'm going to try and create like a chippy painted, like a salvaged wood piece that I can hang on my wall. And I'm just using some chalk paint and a chip brush and just kind of roughly putting that everywhere. And then I'll go back over and distress and do some more techniques to make it nice and crackly and like old weathered wood. And here is how that architectural piece turned out. I know a lot of you guys said that I should do the stone cement look, but I couldn't resist doing chippy because I was inspired by this solid wood piece that I found a few weeks ago at an antique store, and I wanted to see if I could, you know, kind of replicate it and duplicate it. So this is what it looks like. It's just all chalk paint. I think it looks really pretty happy with this thrift flip. So you may recognize these Sconce shades from one of my last hauls that I did. And I asked you guys if I should keep them as is or deconstruct them. And you all said to deconstruct them. So that's what you'll see coming up here next in this video is how I make them over. All right, so here we are, the shades that I thrifted. I am removing the fabric. We got a couple done here. And then I'm gonna spray them and make them look cute and old and maybe rusty. Okay, and right now I'm just taking a lighter to the edges to just try and burn off the thread and some of the glue and gunk that was kind of left on that we weren't able to pull off clean when we took off the fabric. All right, so here we have my deconstructed Sconce shades, and I am going to spray them with some of this. It's like my favorite color. Okay, and for our next flip, it's this vintage frame, and I'm just going to paint it with some of this Dixie Belle Buttercream color. It's my favorite creamy color at the moment, and I'm just going to use a chip brush, and my goal is to make it look like weathered, old, like a paint job on wood, even though this is plastic. I think I do achieve that, but you'll have to wait and see. All right, and there is just one coat of Dixie Belle Buttercream chalk paint. It does a fantastic job of covering. It already is looking so much cuter, but we are not done yet. We will let this dry and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so now I'm applying this darker creamy color over top because I forgot to film this part for you guys, but I added a crackling product, also by Dixie Belle, onto the first paint color, and then I'm really lightly going over top of that with the darker cream color. And you want to do this really gentle. You don't want to move the crackle stuff around or mix it in with the paint. You can kind of see there how it's already starting to crackle. So you just want to make sure that you just kind of stroke over it once and really gentle. And this is the effect you'll get. Okay, next we are going to work on these bird cages. My plan is to paint them a creamy color, and then over top of that, I'm going to give them some age, the look of rust, some weathered goodness. You guys know how I like my stuff looking old, so let's do that. So right now I'm just using some 220 grit sandpaper just to bring back some of that metal that's underneath this paint here. And we'll start there, and then we'll see how much antiquing wax we want to do after that. So the paint's coming off pretty easy, so it's not taking much effort. I'm definitely really liking bird cages right now. There's one that I just got from Hobby Lobby not too long ago that I really like. But this one was free, so I always tend to like the things better that I either got for free or got a really good deal on or whatever. Most of the time I do have to, you know, paint it or do something to it, but I think that helps you appreciate it more when you have to put a little bit of work into it to make it something that you really like and that fits your style. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some Waverly Antiquing Wax. So I don't even mind if this thing kind of has the appearance that it's rusty. So that's why I'm kind of like dabbing it on and tapping it on and kind of tapping it off instead of rubbing. I'm gonna see if I like this look better before I rub it all away. So far, I think it's working. And then I just repeated those same steps on the smaller bird cage. These little bunnies I picked up at a garage sale last year, and I had them up on the shelf for quite a while, but I just started to realize that I didn't really like all the holes and stuff in them. It kind of almost looked like they were like wounded or something. So I wanted to fix that, and how I did it was I mixed some joint compound together with some chalk paint and filled in all those holes. And then I just kind of gave them a lot of texture with some brushing it on and then paint. And they look awesome. They look like concrete bunnies. Now we're going to paint these cute little picture frames here. These are also just plastic, so I'm going to paint them a really nice creamy French color, and then we'll see what else we can do to make them look nice and old. Okay, so I did a couple layers of chalk paint in some different gray tones and taupe tones and stone tones and things like that, just to give it lots of dimension. And now what you're seeing me doing is adding some white wax over top of that just to highlight some high areas a little bit more. And I'm just using the Waverly Antiquing Wax for that. And that's about it. They look great. Stay tuned. You'll see the reveal. And you'll see inside the frames that I actually created vintage looking silhouettes of my kids' profiles. All I did was take a photo of their profile, and then I went into the Procreate app and just outlined it all in black, and then I printed it out. But if this is something that you guys want to try in your home decor, I have a big bundle of vintage looking silhouettes in my Etsy shop that you can download and print and place in frames around your house. And I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description below. So go ahead and check that out if that's something that you're interested in.